And all we can do here. Time to tee it up. Let's send it out to Brad and Kirk for the call. David and I will be with you at halftime.
Opened in 1975, we're in Jack Trice Stadium on the campus of Iowa State University for today's great game. Let's head down to the coin toss now. And it's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste and 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Iowa State will be kicking off, and you can just feel the energy in the air for this opening kickoff. He's to the 10. He's to the 20. Oh, man, he took him down hard. Now the offense gets ready to take their first crack at it. In the shotgun and 5 wide out. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry, and he's taken down at the 26-yard line.
The 26-yard line. That makes it 2nd and 2.
It's 2nd down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. Passes, and it's almost picked off.
The defense always likes to see a pass broken up, but getting the turnover would have been really big.
Down at about the 37-yard line.
That's the kind of rangy flanker every quarterback wants to be throwing to. He did well to make sure he had enough yardage to pick up the first down.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line. Throws quick to the receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Pretty good. Effort here by the quarterback trying to squeeze that ball into a tight spot. Yeah, I know it was incomplete, but he didn't have too many other options.
From their own 37-yard line. 2nd down. Pass is caught, and the defense lays him out.
Jackson's in the tackle at the 42-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Throws it in a hurry. He's tackled at the 36-yard line.
This guy is one of the most reliable receivers around. They needed a big play on 3rd down, and he got it for him.
1st and 10. Ball on the 36.
It's a bad play overall by the offense. quarterback's doing everything he can to be able to make the play work and try to execute. The problem is the offensive line did not do a good job protecting him. They're very fortunate that ball wasn't intercepted.
This is the 8th play of this drive. Wants to throw outside.
This quarterback has got to do a better job of looking off defenders and allow his covered receivers some room to improvise and get free.
3rd down now, and they need to get it to the 26. Makes the grab, and he's got the first.
That's the 3rd time they've converted on 3rd down on this drive. When you can stay on the field in these kind of situations, you're doing something right.
10th play of the drive. The Bears saw one of their key guys go down earlier, but it looks like he might be able to get back in the action. Fires it out, and down he goes, right around the 18-yard line. That play was going nowhere.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to the defense here, recognizing pass and swarming to the receiver.
From the 18-yard line, it's 2nd down. Zips it to his receiver. Touchdown. And he hits the PAT. Let's throw it out to Reese now for a studio update.
The Cougars came into the game ranked 5th. After that performance, they'll drop like a stone. It is all over. And once again, we find out there are no foregone conclusions in college football.
And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. So here comes the offense taking the field for the first time today. Receivers got it on the screen. He's taken down at the 39.
A quarterback's best friend is a receiver he can count on to catch the ball every time he drops back to pass.
From their own 39-yard line. 1st down. He's going to try and scramble. Tackle made at the 45-yard line. So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Brown off the left side. Tackle at the 38. Tackles him hard at the 32-yard line.
Number 26 makes the tackle at the 32-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
And they make the stop at the 26. Takes a handoff. They bring him down in the backfield.
More plays like this, and the coaching staff is going to need to change up the blocking schemes. You can't allow the defense to play in your backfield.
2nd down and 12. Ball on the 28-yard line. Now he's scrambling. And he's tackled at about the 13. And this play is number 8 on the drive. And a quick throw. Brought down at the 11. Iowa State's not only looking to win this one, but they could set some records along the way. I mean, that's secondary to the real work. First of all, you want to win the football game. From the 11-yard line, it's second down. Another run. And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. 3rd down.
And this is the 10th play of the drive. Throws it to the halfback on the screen. And they push him out around the 4-yard line. Looks like the defense was in man coverage there, fellas, and that's why they stopped that screen.
Yeah, and when the secondary isn't dropping back into zone, it makes it difficult to have success with that kind of screen play.
And it's the offense that takes the field on 4th down. Get to that quickly. Touchdown, Iowa State. Will be tied with the extra point. He splits the uprights with the extra point. A quick update now. Here's Reese.
Let's take a look at some action in the Big 12. High-powered offenses everywhere. The Red Raiders unleash their aerial assault and find pay dirt for a touchdown.
They line up to kick this one away. And he got all of this one. Great kick. He makes it out to maybe the 20-yard line. Every drive's important in a tie game. I look for both sides to come out with some urgency.
This quarterback is tough as nails, Brad. He's going to sit in that pocket and give himself a chance. The only problem is, at some point, you've got to have a feel, almost that sixth sense on when to get out of there and avoid the pressure, or just to throw the ball before you get hit.
And they've got all their DBs in there to match up against the 5-wide set. And he's taken down around the 46-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 26 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 46-yard line. 1st down.
Brad, I just think this quarterback's got to do a much better job of being able to read that defense and make quicker decisions. And especially when the defense starts to get pressure, you've got to either get rid of that football or check it down or take off and run with it.
Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts.
Very solid gain through the air. I'm impressed with the poise of this quarterback and the ability of the receiver to keep his concentration and get his hands on the football.
So it's 3rd down, and they're just inches away from picking up the 1st down. He makes it out to maybe the 43-yard line.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. 1st down.
Gets the ball here and brought down in the backfield. It's 2nd down, 12 to go. Ball on the 44-yard line. Pulls it in, and he's in the open field. They'll bring him down at the 27. We've played 1. We're even at 7 in this one. Set to resume action here in the 2nd quarter, and we're dead even. Strike to his receiver, no good.
You know, for you young cornerbacks and young defensive backs, this is a great example of just being smart and efficient as a defender. Instead of taking a chance and going for that interception, he was smart, got in position, knocked the football away, and didn't give the receiver a chance to make a play on the football.
Fires quick out to the receiver, and he can't make the grab.
Can't blame him for not hanging on to that pass. He got hit pretty hard.
That brings up 3rd and 10.
This is the 10th play of this drive. Slings it. And he hits him hard at the 14.
That's a gain of 13 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 14-yard line. Gets to about the 11-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
This is the 12th play of this drive.
98 Weasel! 98 Weasel!
Here's a screen to the wideout. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 3.
Gain of 8 yards. That makes it 1st and goal.
It's first down. Knocking on the door here. It's 1st and goal inside the 5. They're crowding the line. And off, and he's met immediately.
That brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's play number 14 of this drive. Throws, and he's got a man. Touchdown. Baylor is up by 6. And he converts the extra point. Let's get an update now. Here's Reese Davis. Reese.
The Mountaineers of West Virginia have Morgantown ready and rocking. Let's take a look at this one again. The Red Raiders unleash their aerial assault and score a touchdown.
Nunez looks ready to kick this one off.
House back to return.
He just drills this one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
I think any good football team has to have an ability to answer, and that's exactly what we just saw. One team scores a touchdown, the other team comes right back and puts another touchdown on the board. This is getting exciting.
They'll go with a counter. Bounces off a would-be tackler. Excellent open field tackle. What a run.
Here they give it to the tailback and a little misdirection play, and you can see the athleticism and the ability to make guys miss. Nice play.
1st and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line. Scrambling around. Now he's going to run, and watch out. He's tackled around the 43-yard line.
It's always a snap decision when you decide to tuck it and run. On that play, it was definitely the right move as he got the first down after a nice game.
He fights forward to about the 43.
No gain on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From the 43-yard line. 2nd down. Gets to about the 41-yard line.
Gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Fires quickly, and he's got his man. Knocked out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
I'd go right back to him. He's got the skills to make things happen, and the defense might not be able to keep up at this moment.
First and goal from the 4, looking for Pater. Touchdown, Cyclones. They'll line up for the extra point in an attempt to tie the game. And he adds the extra point. A 6-play, 76-yard drive, and it's good for 7 points.
And the big plays that they had running the football were the keys to that drive.
Looks like they're ready for the kick. Nice kick, plenty of distance. He's to the 10. He makes it out to maybe the 16-yard line. Well, I'm sure Reese is having fun giving updates from this game to our other games going on today. We've had back-to-back scores. You always want to go in the locker room with momentum, so as we get closer to halftime, I think we'll see more and more attempts to create big plays. Runs outside for a nice gain.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 5.
From their own 22-yard line. 2nd down. Wants to go long and does. Doesn't get there.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Quick out to his receiver. And down he goes at the 32.
Gain of 10 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 32-yard line. Takes the ball right. Nice run to the outside. Bush comes away with 5 yards on the carry.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
And now the ball is loose. Defense says they've got it, and they do.
It's not like receivers don't practice hanging onto the ball all week. This is just a case of the defense creating a turnover.
This is the point in the game where you don't want to make any mistakes that give the other guys a reason to feel more confident going into halftime. Runs it right. Nice pickup. McCoy gets 6 yards after taking it himself on the option.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
It's 2nd and 5 here. Ball on the 43-yard line. Good hook up there. They get an 8-yard gain and a 1st down.
It's the protection up front that allowed this play to happen. The line controlled the rush, and it gave the quarterback an opportunity to deliver a very nice throw.
And the quarterback didn't waste any time getting rid of that one. He took the snap and he threw it right out there. Fumble, loose ball. The defense scoops it up.
They work on ripping the ball away all week in practice. He got a hand in there and just knocked it free.
Well, I'm sure the offense will be looking to avoid the turnover that ended their last drive.
I look for the offense to come out with the same game plan as before. You don't make changes after one play.
Quick throw out to the receiver. He gets hit out of bounds right around the 32-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's second down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Makes the first down catch. Tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
There's very good chemistry between these two. They like to run through all their routes before the game. And I have to say, they look sharp before this one even started.
Throws it into coverage, and it's intercepted. And they make the stop around the 45-yard line.
That was perfect coverage against a pretty good route. He was all over that pass.
From the 45-yard line, first down. He's scrambling. He's taken down at the 31-yard line. Tries to buy some time. Slides down. And he tucked that one in for about 5 yards. The Cyclones taking their first time out of the half. 2nd and 6. Ball on the 26.
Check 99. Red 2. Kill, kill, kill. Yellow 3.
Fires it out. Tackle around the 14-yard line. Iowa State's going to have to use their second time out of the half. Brought down around the 5-yard line. Can't get away from the pressure.
Oh, that is a big hit on the quarterback. That's one of those as an offensive lineman. When the film study starts to come around, you're going to kind of sink in your chair and just hope they don't call you out because you're going to get embarrassed on Monday on that one.
Now he's flushed and they got it. The Bears will use their first time out of the half. It's 4th down. This should be an easy field goal. Iowa State is looking to go up by 3. It's up, and it sails through the uprights.
And you got to think they're pretty happy with holding them to a field goal right there.
Holloway ready to kick. Sends it sailing downfield. He's to the 10. And down he goes at the 18-yard line. They threw a pick the last time out. Should be interesting to see what they do this time.
Anytime you give the ball away, it's a disappointment. So these guys want to show that they can hang on to it.
He wants it all, going long. Oh, he had the pick and he dropped it.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 18. Empty backfield. Quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. He wants it all. Can't connect. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Gets it out quickly. He's pushed out of bounds around the 47-yard line.
29 yards. First down.
First and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. He sails it long. And he got it to the sophomore. They'll bring him down at the 6-yard line. We're going to halftime, and we've got a great game. 17-14, Iowa State. All right, Reese, David, thanks, guys. Just about set to start the third quarter. He sends this one deep. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. They're ready to begin another drive. Iowa State is up by 3. Well, they run it left, and a nice tackle right there.
No gain on the play. That makes it second and 10.
From their own 25-yard line. Second down. And he makes it out to about the 27-yard line. So the quarterback keeps it for 2 yards.
That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
From their own 27-yard line. It's 3rd down. And he's going to be sacked.
I think that one's on the offensive line. They've got to do a better job of holding their blocks, or else this quarterback's going to be pulling turf out of his face mask all game.
Bennett, the return man. Bennett fields it at the 44. He's taken down at the 45-yard line. This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. And he's tackled at the 34-yard line.
First down.
A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers. And he's taken down at the 18.
Gain of 16 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. End zone touchdown. And he hits the PAT. So a short 3-play, 45-yard drive. And that's good for a touchdown. Baylor gets set to kick this one away. He just drills this one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Both teams are kind of struggling to take control of this game. Obviously, they're both very, very competitive with one another. It just seems that the lead is going back and forth between the two teams.
There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing.
Here we go.
Now he's scrambling. And they get the sack. They've been all over this quarterback today.
The pass protection has got to do a better job, but give this defense some credit. They've really figured out what they have to do to pressure the quarterback and to cause him some problems.
From their own 23-yard line, it's second down. He's going to try and scramble. He's knocked out of bounds around the 34-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. Richard gets the carry. Heading for the corner. He's at midfield. He's tackled. It's the 41. From the 41-yard line. First down. Fires quickly, and he's got his man. And he scores. Touchdown. Trying to go up by 3. They'll kick the extra point. He splits the uprights with the extra point. A 4-play, 75-yard drive. And the result, 7 points.
You know, you always prepare your offense to think that we're going to have some success. These guys got to be coming over the sidelines after touchdown saying, man, I didn't expect it to be this easy.
So the score now, 24-21. Holloway looks ready to kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 10. Whoa, he just took a licking. Kirk not sure what went on in the locker room at halftime, but both offenses have really come ready to play in this 3rd quarter.
I think that's really what separates a good team from a great team, is being able to make the adjustments at halftime and then come out and being able to execute. And so far, we've seen both these offenses able to do that.
Six points and a pretty display of passing was a result of their last drive. Kirk, do you expect the defense to take a different approach here?
When this quarterback is on, he is on. It already seems like whatever this defense is trying just isn't working. But maybe if they add just a little bit more pressure, then they might be able to force him into a mistake.
From their own 13-yard line. Second down. Going right, intercepted. And down he goes at the 16-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 16. Iowa State holds a field goal lead. And he makes it out to about the 14-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
You know, penalties can ruin a team's chances to win if they commit too many.
It's first down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here. quickly. Touchdown. And he converts the extra point. They line up to kick this one away. Excellent kick. He's to the 20. Tackle made at the 20-yard line. There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. He's on the run. Room around the corner. He's out to the 30, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 34. From their own 34-yard line, it's first down. First down grab by the receiver. That's a great tackle at the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line. First down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Caught, open field. He gets hit out of bounds at the 45.
Gain of 6 yards. That'll make it second and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on second down. Gives it left side. And they make the stop around the 36-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. That makes it first and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 59. Mike is 59.
He scrambled.
It's a bad play overall by the offense. The quarterback's doing everything he can to be able to make the play work and try to execute. The problem is the offensive line did not do a good job protecting him. They're very fortunate that ball wasn't intercepted.
From the 36-yard line, second down.
Check 59. Mike is ready.
And he is drilled at the 26-yard line.
That's a gain of 10 on the play. First down.
Right left. Four down. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Ready. 395.
Throws it in a hurry. He's taken down around the 13-yard line.
Lowe makes the tackle at the 13-yard line.
There's a player down. I'm not sure what happened. And this is the 8th play of the drive.
I'm coming after you.
Now we'll see how the backup can do after that injury. Scrambling around. You know, this is just amazing. You spend 6 days planning as a defensive coordinator for one guy, and then you get the other quarterback. So now what happens? From the 13-yard line, it's second down. Got him in the screenplay. Touchdown, Bears. The draw within a field goal. And he adds the extra point.
Is good.
Looks like they're ready for the kick.
House has to return.
And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. I'm sure that touchdown in their last possession's given them some confidence, but let's see if that carries them back down the field.
You can bet this defense made some adjustments on the sideline, though. I don't know if they can stop the passing attack, but they need to at least be able to slow it down. You know, a lot of times coaches look to linebackers for leadership on defense. And on that tackle, he showed you why that's the case.
From their own 23-yard line. Second down. The Bears' quarterback taken off earlier. Down on the sideline right now. Doesn't look like he's in that much pain, and I would bet that we'll see him back in the game before the day is over. Right down at the 23-yard line.
That brings up 3rd and 12.
Iowa State is up a field goal. Throws it out there.
How did he drop that? The defender did everything that he needs to do. He read the play perfectly. He stepped up, and what does he do? He drops the interception. Boy, the offense caught a break there.
Barrett is the punter. Bennett fields it at the 37. Gets to about the 47-yard line.
The last time out, they were able to pick up big chunks of yards through the air. You wonder if they'll go back to that same strategy, or will they start to lean a little bit more on their ground game.
The halfback with a carry. Tackle at the 46.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
It's 2nd and 9. Ball on the 46-yard line. Deep ball, and he's got a man open. They'll bring him down around the 15-yard line.
Buried with the tackle at the 15-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
Throws quickly into the end zone, caught for the touchdown. And he tacks on the extra point. Let's check in with Reese Davis in the studio.
They are lighting up the scoreboard again in the Big 12. This is a game we've been watching closely all day long. And for Texas Tech, they're looking to win 2 in a row. Texas Tech leads it 31-21.
Reese, great game here. It's going to go to the wire, it looks like. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Sends it sailing downfield. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. Long takes a handoff. Tackle made around the 28-yard line.
Call it a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
It's 2nd down, 7 to go. Ball on the 28. Gets out to about the 31.
That's good for a gain of 3 yards. 3rd down.
This has been a fun one if you like offense. The shootout continues as we head to the 4th. The Bears lead it by 4. All right, we're just about set to start action here again in the 4th quarter. Throws.
It's a great series here for the defensive side. They know they've got the upper hand right now late in this game.
That makes it 4th and 4.
Barrett is waiting for the snap. Makes it out to maybe the 40-yard line. There's a flag down, and it looks like this one's coming back.
Personal foul. Clipping. Receiving team.
That one's going to put them way back.
You just can't block a player from behind like that, or it's going to cost you.
From their own 25-yard line. First down. Baylor is up 4. Complete. He's got room. He's to the 40. He goes over 100 yards in receptions.
Even when he isn't open, the quarterback will still throw him the ball and just let him make a play. It really shows the trust that the quarterback has with his receiver.
Up the middle for a nice gain.
Gaining 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd down, 6 to go. Ball on the 47-yard line. Slings it, and he's taken down around the 35-yard line.
Garcia brings him down at the 35-yard line. First down.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Check 59, right.
Throws it to the outside. Has it to the senior. And he will score. He makes the PAT. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He really got a hold of that kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. It's a new possession for this offense, so what will it hold? Receivers got the first down. He's tackled at the 37. First and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line. Looks like he's going to run. And he's tackled at the 48.
That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 48-yard line. First down. Makes it out to about the 43.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're giving away 3 yards and only making life easier for the guys on the other side of the ball.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 28. Makes it out to about the 19. The offensive line got a really good push there, allowing the back to pick up 9 on the play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
run left side. Tackled after a decent pickup. From the 15-yard line, it's first down. He makes his way out to about the 6.
Gain of 9 yards. That brings up second and 9.
Check. And 2, go!
Now he's scrambling. Nice move, and he scores. They'll go for 2 in this situation. Unable to convert that 2-point conversion on the ground. A 6-play, 66-yard drive, but they just get 6 points after failing to convert for 2.
Brad, that's one of those drives that can just tear your heart out. They can really demoralize a defense when they drive the ball down the field, and a lot of the yards came on the ground.
And down he goes at the 23. Baylor's dreams are a reality in this football game. They've scored 21 points in a row. The offense was able to punch it in the end zone on that last drive. They'll come back out looking for more of the same.
And it was a really nice drive, too, Brad. The quarterback got into a nice rhythm and did a good job of picking apart the defense.
Throws to the back quickly, off his hands, incomplete.
That makes it second and 10.
So it's second and 10. Ball on their own 23. Here's a screen pass. Gets it to the back. He's to the 40, the 50, and he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Good for a gain of 31 yards. First down.
Man left. 4 down. Check 59. Mike.
He fights forward to about the 43.
That'll make it second and 7.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 43-yard line. And down he goes at the 33-yard line. Flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
Personal foul. Clipping. Offense.
That's frustrating for a coach when you preach fundamentals every week and then have someone called for clipping. That penalty really is going to set them back.
From the 48-yard line, it's second down. Less than 3 minutes in the game. Bush takes the give, and they make the stop at the 47.
That makes it third and 11.
Pulls down the catch, and he's got room here. He's taken down around the 29-yard line.
I'm not sure if the back was his first option, but he got him the ball, and he was able to make something big happen.
From the 29-yard line, first down.
Check 59. Mike.
Makes it to the 21. Patterson gains 8 yards on that play. Iowa State's going to take their first time out of the half.
Here we go. Time right. Check.
Nice run, and he's brought down. They move the sticks after another first down.
Impressive drive by this offense so far. I really like what they're doing by keeping this defense on their heels and moving the ball downfield.
This is the 8th play of this drive. Tries to get around the corner. Touchdown, Baylor. And he converts the extra point. Baylor ready to kick this one off.
Set to return.
He sends this one deep. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
I think any good football team has to have an ability to answer, and that's exactly what we just saw. If one team scores a touchdown, the other team comes right back and puts another touchdown on the board. This is getting exciting.
Just over 2 minutes in the game. Quick out to his receiver. Brought down at the 40. Throws it in a hurry. Tackle right around the 50. Throws it to the halfback, and he's got it again. And he tackles him hard at the 34-yard line. This one might be coming back, folks. So let's check out the penalty.
Clipping. Offense.
Flipping is the call, and now they'll have to find a way to make up those yards right here. From the 49-yard line. First down. They'll bring him down at the 34. Fires out to his wideout. Tackle made at the 22. Fires quickly, and he's got his man. Big play there, and now they're looking at first and goal. First and goal, and they need a touchdown here to get back in this game. Just over a minute left. He's got the corner. Touchdown, Iowa State. He splits the uprights with the extra point. They'll bring him down at the 45-yard line. These offensive coordinators have done a remarkable job. I think it's going to be who blinks first.
Well, I think both of them right now feel pretty good about what they're trying to do. The challenge for them is not to change the mojo and the rhythm that they've both been able to create.
Nice run there. Bush gets 7 yards on the play. Iowa State will take their final timeout. They need about 3 yards to get the first here on second down. Looking for the corner. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. To the 10. And a huge touchdown play. And he hits the PAT. A quick 2-play, 45-yard drive. And they put up 7 points.
The Baylor
Nunez is lined up to kick this one off.
Back deep to return.
He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there hoping for a miracle, but I seriously doubt we're going to see one today. Under a minute left in the game.
Let's go. Line check, check. Hammerhead.
He's going left. It's caught. First down, and he's out of bounds.
That's good enough for another Iowa State. First down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 45. Lost the ball. Fumble. The offense scoops it up, and he's taken down around the 49-yard line. They're going to review this fumble, and I got to tell you, I think he was down before the ball popped loose.
I don't know about this one, Brad. They called it a fumble on the field, and they need indisputable video evidence to overturn this call.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Well, after seeing the replay, it was apparent that his knee was down before he lost the ball.
Yep, those guys in the booth aren't perfect, but they got it right this time.
The spike will stop the clock. So it's 3rd down, and they've got about 2 yards to go.
Check three, check three, check three.
Catches it, and he's immediately tackled behind the line. And they lose a couple there.
Not much going on there. Those kind of plays will not work against this defense. You can be sure of that.
Zips it left. So the play of the day, 4th and ball game, and the defense comes up with the stop of the day and what will be the win. And offense is back on the field after running the ball very well on their last drive.
This offensive line really opened up some big gaps for the running back last time.
Double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Wow, what a fun one to watch in a close, high-scoring final. Baylor 56, Iowa State 44. Thanks for joining us for another game of NCAA Football 14. For Kirk and everyone here at EA Sports, Brad Nussler saying goodbye, and we'll see you next time.